So I was just trying to figure out like what content can I make as I am daddy daycaring and living my life in these sort of 3 hour shifts of nap, feed, play, nap, feed, play. And then I can't, so I set down the little guy, and lo and behold, here we are for a draft, a practice draft of this format. Invasion of Xerox enters the battlefield, returns one target creature to its owner's hand. That seems good. And then its backside is, the star. There's Rona. What's this one? Backup 2. Sacrifices creature, deals damage equal to its power to any target. That's pretty sweet. Order of the Mirror is good, as is Halo Forager. I mean, I think instinctually I would want to take an invasion early, but a double colored one I don't love. 3-mana 3/3 that can turn into a lightning bolt is pretty good. Plus, there's a sacrifice theme. I'm probably just supposed to take the single colored card. Plus, it can be a shock / something else. Oh, and now we just get Stormclaw Rager, which I'm almost certainly gonna take. Okay, so here we are. We're doing a practice draft from the Lowers Limited Discord. I think this is the first one that's fired. If you're watching this, we have a pod draft coordination channel. You just go in there, you type !join. It'll tell you how many people are in the queue. It's a really sweet little feature. Actually, I can just show you. Our little Discord here real quick. So this is what happens. You join, and then this is designed by Neil, Lemon Flavored Tea. It joins you, puts you there. It just generates the thing, lets you know when you're ready. You get a message. You have about 5 minutes to join before it resets. It resets every day. Okay, so here we are. So we've got a sack outlet, sack another creature or artifact, put a counter on Rager, and draw a card. Activate only as a sorcery. There's the Swamp Cycler, which is good, and the Mountain Cycler. Both of these are good, and the Plain Cycler, which is the best of the bunch. Sorry, the cards are so small here. Is there a way for me to maybe I just do this? Which I guess, oh wait, hold on. Do I need to do that? And I can just do this? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll just make these cards like large and in charge for y'all. Okay, so that'll help for the next pack. Okay, so here we've got, sorry, I just sort of decided to do this by the seat of my pants. So we have a Swamp Cycler, 2-mana 2/2. When it attacks a battle, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It has trample, so that's pretty sweet. It's a good place to put your what's it called, counters. We have one of them. We've got the backup 2 down here. So a red card and a black card. What is this one? 4-mana 3/3 trample ace. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If it's attacking a battle, just put a counter on it instead. And then there's a Daxos. Bonded Herd Beast is whatever. Flips into a 5/5. I'm inclined to just take the Swamp Cycler, I think. But this might just be bad. Is there anything that generates multiple rectangles for me to sacrifice? I don't think so. It's possible I'm just supposed to take the Geoderm too. I think I'm just going to take the Frontliner. It seems like a good 2 to me. Okay, now we got some options. Very intrigued by Joyful Storm Sculptor. It's a 5-mana 2/3, brings along 2 1/1s, and then it's a sort of convoke payoff. I also like this, I don't know if it's a full cycle, but it's there's a bunch of these enchantments that make incubate tokens. And so this says, this is a 5-mana for a 4/4 incubate. Whenever a permanent control transforms or a permanent enters the battlefield under your control transform, so battles as well, you may draw a card, but only once a turn. This one's pretty good. 2-mana 2/1, flips into something that when it gets blocked, creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. And then of the commons, we had another Frontliner. Wildwood Escort's good as a 5-mana 3/3, bring something back. When this itself dies, you exile it instead. I'm just going to take the Storm Sculptor. It's a good splash, and I think could also just be, we could also pivot into a red-blue life. I think that 4th would be signal adjacent in my mind. We have Inga Rune Eyes. When this enters the battlefield, scry 3, and when it dies, you draw 3 cards. If 3 or more creatures died this turn, could be cool in a sack deck. But I think I'm just going to take Meeting of Minds. I'm always going to want to call this Meeting of the Minds. This is a 4-mana Convoke, draw 2, which is pretty sweet with the Joyful Storm Sculptor we have. Can I not zoom in on this? There we go. Deals 1 damage to each opponent in each battle they protect. So that's pretty good, I think. I'm not sure there's anything that I feel like I'm missing out on otherwise. So I think we just take the meeting here. Ooh, and now we have... So we've got a black-red battle. This is the one that it's an edict, and then it's a 2/1 menace. You put a counter on it if a permanent was put, just a permanent, not just yours. And then there's Oracle of Tragedy. When it ETBs or dies, it's a 2-mana 1/3. Draw a card, then discard a card, or shuffle up to 4 target cards with mana value 3 or greater from your graveyard into your library. And then we do have a couple Convoke cards with Shatter and Thunderhead Squadron. And I guess also a Final Flourish as a Sacrificer. Collective Nightmare is pretty good as 3 mana. They get -3/-3. I think I'm going to take the Invasion, though I do feel like blue-red is more likely to be open. If I was in blue-red, what would I take? I guess Shatter? It's a little awkward. Like, I don't know how good that is. And I'm not even sure if Invasion is better than Nightmare, but we're going to take Invasion here. And like I said, so we've got... I do feel like the Convoke stuff is a little bit more open, but how good is the Convoke stuff? So we have 2 of the uncommons here, Artistic Refusal and Shivan Branch Burner, but I don't think either of these cards are very good. These are like the overcosted ones that I don't love, like the, you know, the ones from Guilds of Ravnica, like 7 mana 4/4 Flying Haste. So obviously if you can get this to be 5 mana, it's good, but then you're tapping to your things. I kind of just want to take Bladed Battle Fan and just commit to black-red. I think one of these cards is really good. This is a 2 mana flash equipment, gives them +1/+0, but it auto-attach. It's a trick, right? Auto-attaches, gives the creature indestructible until the turn, and then it's just equip 1 for +1/+0. And the other thing that's nice about it is that it's another rectangle for you to sacrifice with the Rager. Pump stuff for the Voldaren Thrillseeker. Here we have a red-black. Holy cow, what is Overgrown Pest doing here? This is like probably my take for one of, if not the best. It's definitely the best green common. It's one of the best commons in the set overall. 3 mana 2/2. When ETBs, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a land or double-faced card from among them and put that card into your hand. Into your hand, folks. What else we got here? A couple of like medium 4-drops. Oh, they're right. This weird like 8 cards in your opponent's graveyard thing. I mean, I could also just take the black-red land, but like Overgrown Pest should absolutely not be going that late. I say this like this is a real draft. This is probably some people's first time looking at these cards, whatever. Not much here. Little flash trick, 2 mana 3/1 for the Night deck, which is blue-white. Rona, which I love, but I'm not sure has any sort of place in this format. And then just an Onaki Javelin here. 5 mana 5/4 reach, deals 2 damage to target player or battle. This sort of checks that box. I have a feeling this will be a bit of an overperformer because it checks that box of what we talked about on the show of like, you want your cards, I think your creatures that can play offense and defense are going to be quite good. And Onaki Javelineer does just that. I would rather be a 4/5, but what can you do? Wowie zowie. So, a Convoke uncommon. Still seems a little clunky to me, though. 2 mana or 2 cost to equip for +3/+1 is pretty darn good. +3/+1 and trample, but I'm gonna take one of these land cyclers, and I think I want it to be the red one, just because I know I'm gonna be red. I'm very likely to be red-black at this point, but the single pipped ones of these I think are better, plus I think this is just a better as a 6 mana 5/5 haste. This is very strong. You may recall that card from, what's it called? What format was that? It was Ikoria. It just had 2 cycling, but it was a 6 mana 5/5 haste. The card was excellent. War Trained Slasher is just a medium 4. Probably, I mean, the ship has sailed certainly for us on going green-red, though I think this is a really good 2. 2 mana 2/2 with Threat of Activation to pump, I think is quite strong. I just think War Train Slasher is like whatever. 4 mana 4/3 menace. I don't know. Tax a battle, you double its power. Like, that's kind of cute, but is it good? Valduk. For each aura and equipment attached to it. It's not really a theme in this format. I guess we just take the Squadron in case we end up doing the... Ooh, nice. We get a Jungle Hollow in case we want to go Jund for our Overgrown Pest. There's a Thunderhead Squadron and a Mountain. Okay, so we know we're red. Oh, we have 2 squadrons. I missed that. Where did we get the second one? We know we're in red. I think we'd like to be red-black. But I suppose we could be red-blue. Like, we have some Convoke cards, and we've got the Storm Sculptor as a payoff. I just think with Stormclaw Rager and the red-black battle, I would be more inclined. Okay. Ooh, red battle here. Really like this. There's Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, 2 white. ETB's return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. Wow, that's good. And then it flips into... You may cast spells as though they had flash spells you cast. Cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. Wow, that's pretty sick. I think we're just going to end up taking this battle here. Let me scroll through the rest. There's the Signpost uncommon for the Incubate deck. 3 mana, 2/2 flyer. When it dies, each player mills 2. Then you may exile it. When you do, put target creature or battle card from your graveyard on top. Vanquish is good removal. Red-white Fixer. Ichor Shade, which is a 3 mana, 2/3. If something was put into a graveyard at the beginning of your end step, you put a counter on it. Yeah, we're just going to take this. This is Invasion of Mercadia. It's a Thrill of Possibility, Tormenting Voice variant. So 2 mana. 4 defense battle, and then it flips into a really strong Spell Shaper. So a 3/3, you can pay 2 in a red, discard a card to make 2 1/1s, and creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. So rectangles galore. We're definitely going to take that battle there. Ooh! Hello! Holy cow! I mean, I can't imagine I care about anything in this bottom row. Another Thrill Seeker, a Kroxa, and a Pyretic Prankster as a 2 mana 2/1 that flips into a 3/2 that when it dies, each opponent sacks an artifact or creature. That's pretty sick. I don't know how I could pass Kroxa here. Like, it would just be impossible for me. It's a card I love, and an effect I think will be quite good in this deck. Though it's possible that you just want a Thrill Seeker. It's truly possible that Thrill Seeker is just better as something that can pressure the battles so well. Play a 2-drop and then dump the counters on it. Man, I can't believe I'm going to pass Kroxa, but I think I am. There's like a world, certainly at this draft table, where this wheels, and like a world where eventually you get to a point where in the pod this can wheel. I do think the Thrill Seeker is better for my deck. I think Kroxa is like, oh my god. We're in the right lane for sure. Also getting hooked up here. So Jury is awesome. Black-red for a 1/1. Whenever you sack a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Jury. When it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Another Pyretic Prankster. A completed Huntmaster. 2 and a black, 2/3. Pay 1, tap, sack another creature or artifact. Incubate 3. That's awesome. Final Flourish as a 2 mana. Creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. And you also have the option to kick it by sacking a creature or an artifact. The creature gets -6/-6 until instead. Beamtown Beatstick is sweet because it makes treasures. So all the things that sack a creature or artifact makes treasures. So you love to see that. Yeah, I think we're going to take the Jury here. And I hope to wheel something, but I'm not going to pass Jury. Okay, so it looks like less nutty stuff. There's an Egar, the Freezing Flame. Furnace Gremlin, which I'm probably going to take. Ooh. This is kind of tough. So Furnace Gremlin, this is we saw this on the pod already. 2 mana 1/2, pay 2 to pump it, and when it dies, you incubate X, where X is its power. Underrate, and so I think I'm a little off this card. I am really curious about Marauding Dreadship. This card seems excellent to me. So this is 3 mana for a 4/1 haste. When it ETBs, you incubate 2, and it has a crew cost of 2. So you get your 2 rectangles for you rectangle theory truthers out there. And the fact that like you can just go 2-drop and then curve into this and crew it. And so you're just smashing for 4 with something that can't like sure, this is going to trade with whatever, but it doesn't matter because you also have a 2/2 elsewhere. I think this card is quite good. So I'm going to take this. And I think it's even better in this kind of deck. Okay, what do we got here? A Rada, another bladed battle fan, which I don't think we... Oh, players disconnected. Okay. There's a Karsus Depth Guard, 3 mana 4/3 defender. But if its power is 5 or greater, it can attack as though it didn't have a defender, which is kind of sweet with what? We have a bladed battle fan, and we have 2 of the thrill seekers to pump it. So I'm pretty into that. All right, let's see. So we've got Jungle Hollow. We could play this Pest, potentially, but probably don't want to. That's why I'm looking at this Rugged Highlands as well, which I think I am actually going to take because I'm not sure I want a second Battle Fan here, and I think the Pest is just excellent. We have, what, 2 flip cards currently? I think the Pest is really good. So I'm just going to take Highlands. Seems like a fine spot to do it. All right, there's a Prankster. Almost certainly going to take that. Let's see what else we got. Phyrexian Gargantua is cute. It's 2 Phyrexian Ragers jammed together. 6 mana, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Another Great Sword here. Another Javelineer. Unseal the Necropolis is interesting. 2 and a black instant. Each player mills 3. There's this like very, very minor theme of wanting 8 or more cards in your opponent's graveyard. Then you return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So it's pretty nice to have. I assume like all black decks will want one of this card, and then another Furnace Host Charger. But we're going to take the Prankster here. I think just good little 2-drop. Nice to have another morph for our Pest. There we go. Okay, now we have a Glistening Deluge. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Creatures that are green and or white get an additional -2/-2. So if we were playing best of 3, this would be really good to pick up. Another Battle Fan, another Bane Splitter, and a Shatter the Source, which I think we're going to have to take here. I think this is fine as a one of. Obviously, it's better in the Convoke style deck, but I think it's fine here. We've got bodies, and we actually don't have much removal as I'm scrolling through our tiny cards down here. So I'm going to be happy to take the Shatter here. We've got a Rayav. Whenever a creature controlled that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. Okay. There's a War-Trained Slasher again. There's another Furnace Host Strider. And there's a Mirrodin Avenge. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. No idea how to evaluate this in this kind of deck. My guess is I'm just going to take another Furnace Host Charger and be happy about that. Ooh. Happy to take a Vanquish. And I think I hear a little lad rustling and bustling. We'll see if he can stay chill for the rest of this draft. But if not, he can't. Okay, definitely going to take a Vanquish here over what? Ichor Shade, Heel Slasher, Gorilla, whatever. Yeah. Yes. Okay, another Pyretic Prankster on the wheel. Love to see that. Hanger Scrounger, Etched Host Doombringer. I think this is an excellent card. 5 mana, 3/5. Target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. And then choose target battle. If an opponent protects it, remove 3 defense counters from it. Otherwise, put 3 defense counters on it. This card is just awesome. You know, the gain 2, drain 2 style of card in the in black is just always underrated, and I assume this will be as well as a 5-drop, but I think it's going to be a really good card. And going to take Huntmaster here over the 3rd Prankster. I mean, my guess is we are not even going to need to splash the green here. Yeah, Huntmaster is awesome. I'd love some ways to make treasure. Wow, we even get the Furnace Gremlin on the wheel. This is just wide open. 5 mana, Aura gets -4/-4. When enchanted creature dies, Surveil 2. It's pretty interesting. We can take a Depth Guard. Is that better? Is Depth Guard better than Ichor Shade? I'm not sure, but I'm going to take the Depth Guard. Wow, and we get Gargantua? I think I play it. Maybe not. Maybe it's too clunky. Wow, and a Bane Splitter. Okay. No Bane Splitter for me. Okay, what do we got here? Kogla and Yadaro. Red, green. So 6 mana, 7/7. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Gains Trample and Haste. It fights target creature you don't control, and then you can discard it, destroy from target artifact or enchantment, shuffle it from into your library from your graveyard, then draw a card. Interesting. Quende, the double strike. Lord for first strike. Invasion of Kamigawa. What else we got? Ooh, Stormclaw Rager. Yeah, we got a little lad squeaking over there. We'll see. We'll see if we can finish out this draft. If he can... Come on, you can self-soothe, right, bud? It's me torturing my son. Ooh, Scornblade Berserker. We're going to start with that. I'm going to go get him, and we'll see what we can do. Well, now we just have a little lad helping us, which, as we know, against team resources is cheating. Okay, it's a really good hand, or really good pack for us. There's a Scornblade Berserker. This is the 1 mana 0/1 backup. It's another sort of sacrificey thing. Sack this creature, draw a card. There's a Nezumi Informant. That's the Ravenous Rats. There's Etched Familiar. When it dies, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Rouse Reinforcements that makes 2 1/1s. So a lot of good stuff for us here, but we're going to take the Berserker. Okay, another Invasion. What does this one do? Okay, when it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards 2 cards. All right, 4 mana, Mind Rot. Flips into a 2/2 flyer. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, Prickle Fairies deals 2 damage to them. I do like that. I also like Stoke the Flames. Harried Artisan is pretty good. Another Marauding Dreadship. And Arouse Reinforcements. I mean, I think I would just take the battle, certainly to play with it. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Just me and a squeaky lad, dad drafts. Do, 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 do. Oh, yeah, big yawn. Good job. Good job. Jonah's helping. He's helping. All right, we're going to take the Invasion. I don't know. Stoke could be right there. It's unclear. Oh, my God. Hoarding Broodlord. 5 triple black Convoke flyer. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may play it. Spells you cast from exile have Convoke. I don't know how I could not take that. But Ichor Drinker is also sick. This card is so sick. Single black 1/1 lifelink. Pay black, exile it from your graveyard, incubate 2. It's just two rectangles. Plus a great place to dump your one... Oh, man. I'm supposed to take this. It's also just such a great place to dump our backup counters. Like, this on turn 1, our backup Vampire on turn 3, attack with a 3/3 lifelink. Like, good lord, that's so good. I don't know. I think I would just take the Ichor Drinker. That's tough, though. That is really tough. All right, what do we got here? Anything good? Not really. We've got a Great Sword. We've got a Furnace Host Charger again. We've got a Gloomfang Mauler again. I guess I could take the Mauler. I'm medium curious about the Great Sword. I guess I'll take that. Okay, ooh, Volcanic Spite. Hello. 1 in a red instant. This is like a functional reprint. I forget what it's called from another card from Ikoria. Except this deals damage to battles. So 1 in a red, deal 3 to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library if you do draw a card. If you do draw a card, folks. Let's go. All right, and now we have a Failed Conversation, a Corrupted Conviction. That's the Village Rites reprint. Sack a creature, draw 2. What does Zada do? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Zada, copy that spell for each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. I guess I take Failed Conversation? I don't have anything that, like, targets my own creatures, right? No, not really. Oh, buddy. Yeah, we'll take the Failed Conversation here. As perhaps this video is a failed conversation with the little man squeaking here. What do we have? Oh, another Marauding Dreadship. Let's go. What's this one? 2 mana. Oh, they discard a card, and if you don't make them discard a card, you incubate 3 and then earn. Mana Filter that late game blows up a creature enchantment. No, we just take the Dreadship. Happily. Shatter the Source, Trailblazing Historian, and Mirrodin Avenged. I don't know, I guess the Historian. I don't think I'm playing any of those. Heck yes, a Reinforcements I do want. 2 mana make 2 1/1s. What's our deck at? So many playables. Alright, let's... What would I cut? A 2/2 with Trample. It's a pretty good place to dump those counters. The haste one can go. I think I do want that equipment. The Dreadships. Yep. Oh, the 4/3 can go. I think Conviction can go. Probably great. Oh, the Gargantua can go. Man, another Dreadship and another Reinforcements. I think Dreadship is low-key insane. I think Dreadship is really good, especially when we've got Sacrifice stuff. Man, I have... Oh my gosh, and another Pyretic Prankster? Lol. I guess I'm just not playing any of this top-end stuff, huh? Like, not playing Shatter, not playing Greatsword. Probably not playing Jav. And then we're just like that's the deck. And we could play the Mountain Cycler as our 17th land. That is a lean, mean, red-black sacrifice machine. We should get to take a look at the deck up top with the big cards in just a sec. All right, so we got the little guy down again, and let's take a look at the deck real quick. So we've got 1-drop, Lifelinker dies, Incubate 2. This one's really good. The backup, 1 mana 0/1, sack a creature, draw a card. We got the Furnace Gremlin. I think I'm going to leave that one in. Triple of the Prankster, which I think are just good. Thrashing Frontliner. I think I'm going to leave that in with all the backup that we have. Jury is excellent. We've got 3 sack outlets at least. 1 battle, that's the Tormenting Voice one. 1 battle, that's the Edict one. We've got the Flash Equipment. We've got a Volcanic Spite. We've got the Reinforcements. We've got Completed Huntmaster as another sack outlet. And we've got 2 of the Voldaren Thrill Seekers, 2 of the Stormclaw Ragers, 3 of the Marauding Dreadship, which I think are just excellent. A Vanquish the Weak, the Discard Battle, and then a Furnace Host Charger at the top of the curve. Pretty happy with how this deck turned out. All right, hopefully you like this video, and hopefully we'll get to make more of them as the weeks progress before the format comes out. All right, see y'all.